Gain the ultimate edge. Welcome to Wealth Decoded.
What if I told you one of the world's most famous brands almost never existed? A simple idea was rejected. The founders said no. Investors doubted it. But one man refused to give up. That decision transformed a small coffee shop into a global empire worth billions. This is the story of Starbucks. Imagine turning a single coffee shop into one of the most recognized brands on Earth. Today, Starbucks serves millions of customers every day across dozens of countries. But what if I told you Starbucks almost never became the company we know today? The idea that built this billion-dollar empire was rejected at first. This is the incredible story of how a small coffee store changed the way the world drinks coffee. The story begins in 1971 in Seattle, Washington. Starbucks wasn't selling lattes. It wasn't selling cappuccinos. It wasn't even serving coffee drinks. The company simply sold high-quality coffee beans and equipment. It was a small local business with a handful of loyal customers. Nobody could have imagined it would become a global brand. In 1982, a young salesman named Howard Schultz joined Starbucks. 1 year later, he traveled to Italy. What he saw there changed his life. Italian coffee shops were different. People didn't just grab coffee and leave. They met friends. They talked. They relaxed. Coffee shops were part of everyday life. Schultz realized Starbucks wasn't selling coffee. It could sell an experience. Excited by his discovery, Schultz returned to Starbucks. He proposed turning Starbucks into a cafe experience. But the founders weren't convinced. They believed Starbucks should continue selling coffee beans. Schultz's idea was rejected. Most people would have given up. But Schultz believed in his vision. Schultz left Starbucks and started his own coffee company. He tested his concept. Customers loved it. The coffee wasn't the only reason they came. They enjoyed the atmosphere, the experience, the feeling of belonging. Eventually, Schultz raised enough money to buy Starbucks itself. After acquiring Starbucks, Schultz expanded rapidly. New stores opened across America. But Starbucks wasn't competing on coffee alone. It was creating what Schultz called a third place. Not home, not work. A third place where people could gather. Comfortable chairs, friendly staff, consistent quality. Every detail mattered. Customers weren't buying coffee. They were buying an experience. Starbucks eventually expanded beyond America, store by store, country by country. The green logo became recognized around the world. Today, Starbucks operates thousands of stores globally and serves millions of customers every week. What started as a small coffee bean shop became one of the most powerful consumer brands in history. Starbucks teaches us a powerful business lesson. Great companies don't just sell products. They solve emotional needs. Howard Schultz didn't change coffee. He changed the experience around coffee. That's what transformed Starbucks from a small store into a global empire. Sometimes the biggest opportunities come from seeing something others overlook. If you enjoyed this business success story, subscribe to Wealth Decoded for more stories about the companies that change the world.